talk about winning, you see, winning is not about luck. Winning is a lifestyle, it's a norm, it's a culture, it's a tradition. And I mean, they say surround yourself with greatness and you shall reflect greatness. Ladies and gentlemen, Nedzina Langande Rendane Chibura, aka Rain D, your number one MC. Yes, man. And welcome to another brand new and exciting episode of Plumbing 101. I think I already dropped the hint of exactly where we're going in today's episode, all right? Today, ladies and gentlemen, we have someone who's an inspiration. I can truly say an ambassador of the plumbing industry in South Africa. I mean, he's a winner, all right? He was announced as the 2019 IOPSA Plumber of the Year. And I mean, he's an entrepreneur since 2007, representing his big organization called Rapid Plumbing. But I don't want to be getting into the nitty-gritty yet. I think we're going to take a quick ad break. But when we do come back, we'll be speaking to this great success. We'll be right back.
The PIRB Master Plumber Recognition Program has officially arrived. As an essential service to society, there must be constant growth and development within this important and ever-changing industry. Developed by the PIRB, the Master Plumber Recognition Program has launched as a new PIRB designation, allowing industry champions to take the lead. Skilled and experienced plumbers equipped to take the lead, enroll today to start your journey in becoming a recognized PIRB Master Plumber.
Welcome back. Just before we went for an ad break, I told you today's episode is all about covering the winning. You know, sometimes we tend to focus on the negativity. You know, I think it's always good to focus on some positivity. And if you've just joined us, ladies and gentlemen, I did tell you our guest today is phenomenal. He was announced as the 2019 IOPSA Plumber of the Year, and he's an entrepreneur. He's big. I mean, not just literally. Yeah, I looked at his arms. But when we speak plumbing industry in South Africa, these are the type of people we want to mention because we want to create role models as well, especially for the upcoming generation. But ladies and gentlemen, as I said, since 2007, he's built his company. The name of his company is called Rapid Plumbing, and it's all about success when it comes to him. And he's going to be sharing some inspirational messages, especially to the people who want to get some positivity out of the plumbing industry. So ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome Mr. Dion now. Dion!
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me on the show. Appreciate it.
It's more than a pleasure. It's more than a pleasure. I remember our first engagement was actually at the meet and greet.
That's correct, yes.
At the PRB offices. And I just remember the value you shared within there. And then I think that's why we have you on today's show. But I want to get straight into it, Dion. You know, what drew you first into plumbing?
Well, actually, when I left school, worked for my father. So he had a plumbing company. So I started there.
Yes.
So at first, water fascinated me and pipes. I was messing around with the hose pipe, playing with water and things like that. So then actually I left. My father and I worked as an app electrician for about 2 years.
So you've been passionate about the trades?
Yeah.
Okay.
So then I falled back into plumbing. Worked for my father until 2007, where I started Rapid Plumbing and never looked back again.
Come on. Since 2007?
Yeah.
Over a decade?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. But what wakes you up in the morning? You know, when we talk about plumbing, what gets you up? You know, what gives you that fuel?
Well, you know, every day there's new challenges. With plumbing, there's always something new.
Yes.
So that's one of the things, and also my team. Without my team, I'll be nowhere.
Yeah.
So all the plumbers that works for me, the people in the office, without them, I'll be a zero.
Yeah.
So, you know, waking up, seeing them in the mornings, working with them, that's actually what boosts me in the morning and the new challenges, because every day I learn something new.
Yeah. And I mean, I love that response because you're an entrepreneur, you know. I want to touch on Rapid Plumbing, you know, and I know that the plumbing industry in general, let's be honest, it's a very humble industry. We don't like exposing the value we possess as an industry, all right? But I'm sure you're making a difference, especially when it comes to employment opportunities, empowerment, sharing intellectual property and experience. I mean, let's talk about that.
Yes, definitely. We employed a female plumber now.
Come on.
Yeah, so
There we go.
that's quite interesting.
Yeah.
She's learning very quickly, and the clients loves her.
Yeah.
So I think we already making a difference in that.
Yeah.
And then also to see our clients happy after we did a proper job for them, like installing or replacing a burst geyser. Afterwards the client is happy.
Yeah.
And then also obviously receiving the money at the end of the day.
When that SMS comes in, yeah?
Yeah. So and then also we got a lot of other companies, other plumbers that also phones us and ask us about things they don't know about, and we help them where we can.
Yeah. So a lot of people do look up to you as well as a company.
Yes.
And I mean, it's so exciting. And you mentioned female plumber. For me, that is a very passionate topic. All right, because when people think of plumbing, they limit it to a male. All right, they limit it to gents, to guys, and it's so limiting. If we look at the stats at the moment, I believe it's just under 2.4% of female participation within the industry. And I think once we can get that stat going up, there's a lot of value that can come out of the industry. We'll maximize our true potential. And I'm glad that Rapid Plumbing is also leading by example when it comes to that. Let's correct the imbalances.
Yeah, we must, definitely.
Yeah. Is she quite technical? Is she?
Well, at first, the guy said, we're not working with a lady. At first.
Yeah.
Now all of the guys wants to work with her.
The business is coming in.
Yeah, and like I said, the clients loves her. She picks up, especially on the regulations and the installations, she picks that up very quickly.
Yeah.
She's learning. So everything is going 100% with
I
her.
love that. I love that. I still feel you being humble. Take out the value, Dion. I know. I know there's a lot more, but I wanna go straight, especially to the viewer back at home. I wanna talk about, when you won the 2019 Plumber of the Year. That means you were the best plumber in the country. How do you feel about that? Well, we're going to talk about the experience and everything else, but how was that feeling? And what makes you eligible for such a title?
Well, I couldn't believe it. I thought I was just filling a seat there. Saw a lot of other guys there that's also good plumbers.
Yeah.
So I never thought that I'll win it.
Yeah.
And when I did, it made me feel good.
Yeah.
So, well, I'm doing something right, and I need to do more good things.
Yes.
It's something else, but I feel very proud of myself.
Yeah. I mean, how many plumbers are there in South Africa? We're looking at close to 250,000, and that's just the ones who have, said that they're plumbers. There are many more. And you're right at the top.
Yeah, it makes me feel good.
Come on, I'm sitting with the true ambassador of a plumbing industry in South Africa. And that's why we have you on today's show, because today is all about focusing on the success factor. And I think to people watching back at home, it's so critical that you do understand that, if you put your mind and you have a vision and you dedicate yourself to something and you become focused, all right, and you employ female plumbers as well, you can only the sky is the limit. The sky is the limit, all right? But I want to talk about the benefits that came when it comes to being number one, all right? What were the certain outcomes that you experienced?
Well, first of all, a lot of people phoned us. So our workload got a lot more. And people has got more respect for me.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So and still today, people speak about it.
Yeah.
If they see me.
Yes.
I already forgot about it, but they still speak about it. So it did put us in a better position as a company as well.
Okay. If we speak in plumbing, right, there's the theoretical side, there's also the practical side. As Dion, all right, the founder of Rapid Plumbing, do you see yourself as more of a person who focuses on the ideas, or are you practical? Are you the practical guy, the doer?
I would say I'm the doer.
Yeah. Come on.
So what I'll do is I'll think about it and then I'll do it.
As simple
as that.
A combination of both.
Yes.
But you don't procrastinate. You go straight into it.
Straight into it.
I love that.
If I want something, I'll get it.
If you want something, you'll get it.
Yeah.
I love that energy. I said this in the intro of today's show, ladies and gentlemen, all right? Surround yourself with greatness and you shall reflect greatness. But there's a lot more that we can touch on, and we're definitely going to touch on it. We're still with Dion, all right? Rapid Plumbing founder. And I told you, a winner of note, #1 plumber in 2019, accredited by IOPSA and also a member of the PIRP. So a lot more to focus on, but we're going to take a quick ad break and we'll definitely be right back. Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're still tuned in to Plumbing 101. I told you, I'm surrounded by greatness today, ladies and gentlemen, an award-winning plumber. And I'm sure most people don't even realize that you can actually become ranked within our plumbing industry, you know, based on the quality and services, but beyond that, the dedication, all right, the ambition, the drive, the energy that you put into your work. Now, Dion, I want to go into it. All right. Before we went for the first ad break, all right, we spoke a lot about, you know, being an implementer and, you know, focusing on a few other things. But education, experience, two critical elements when it comes to the plumbing industry. For you, which one is more valid?
I would say it's 50-50, but mostly on the experience side. Because you can have education and you don't have experience.
Imbalance.
It's imbalanced.
Yeah. For you, how have you driven that? You know, I'm sure you did go through a process of getting informed, education. Let's talk about that. Let's go through your background a bit.
Well, maybe I'm a bit embarrassed. I only got a standard 7.
Nothing to be embarrassed about. Yeah.
But my mind was more on the technical side. So I wanted to learn more about plumbing, electrical, all those type of things. And that just makes sense for me.
Yeah.
And I've got a lot of experience in that field.
Yeah.
Actually, both fields.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's more on the technical side.
But you still have a balance of both.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad you actually mentioned standard 7. All right. And there's nothing to be embarrassed about. I have to say this, and to people watching back at home, you see, there's no limitation in what you can achieve. It really doesn't really matter. As long as you have a passion and a drive and you're dedicated. Here's a leading example. Plumber of the Year in 2019, standard 7. And I mean, he's traveled the world. We're going to get to that. I want to talk about the experience of traveling the world in line with plumbing as well. All right. So there's nothing to be embarrassed about. If whoever's watching this right now and perhaps also has a standard 7, all right, I think it's critical for you to understand that there's no limitation. Your mind is your only limitation.
Yes.
Dion, let's talk about your experience moving out of the country after winning the award of being Plumber of the Year, going to Australia.
Well, that was another experience.
Yes.
Totally different.
Yes.
Than what we are doing here in South Africa, plumbing related.
Yes.
And it was wonderful. I wish we could work as the plumbers work in Australia and South Africa as well. But I think in future it will start to happen.
So I mean, it was the World Plumbing Conference, right?
Yes, correct.
And you got to meet a lot of other plumbers as well.
We did, yeah.
You saw how the world is coordinating itself when it
Correct.
comes to plumbing.
Yes.
All right. But what value did you get out of that? What value did you see? And where did it put us as South Africa?
Well, I think South Africa still needs a lot to learn about plumbing.
Yes.
If you check your overseas countries. And I think in future that will definitely happen.
Yeah.
So that's one of the value points that we need to upgrade our plumbing in South Africa, especially with water harvesting. I think the next world war will come because of shortage of water.
I've been saying that. So it means I'm thinking in the right way. Yeah. If I'm thinking in the right way, just like Dion, it means my thought processes are the same. But since you've been in the industry for this long, all right, what changes have you seen within the plumbing industry, especially in South Africa?
With the last, I would say maybe 7 years, a lot of changes, especially with PRB and IOPSA.
Yes.
Previously, the plumbers were not policed. They were not checked up.
Yeah.
So I'm also guilty in it. So also, before I would also take a shortcut here and there. I think all plumbers does it.
Yes.
But I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't work because you need to go back and you can go and fix your mistake that you made.
Yeah.
So with that, I would say, with the audits that we got now, the plumbers are making sure that the installation is according to regulations.
Yes. And I mean, we want to professionalize the industry. And I think we have to speak to the plumber who's not registered and perhaps who's not licensed, What organizations are you aligned to? I think I did mention a few things, but let's remind our viewer back at home.
Well, first of all, PRB.
The Plumbing Industry Registration Board, yeah?
Yeah, and then as a company at IOPSA as well.
Okay, all right. So also the Institution of Plumbing South Africa.
Yes, correct.
All right. Someone like you, it's very critical that I get your viewpoint of this. Where do you see the plumbing industry growing or going towards in the future?
Well, with all the new technology we're getting into South Africa now, I think it will go for the better.
Yeah.
Especially we started about 4 years ago with pipe relining.
Yeah.
So we don't need to dig up pipes anymore to fix them.
Yes.
Sewer lines, stormwater lines, so we can reline them. So I think with all the new technology coming in, South Africa will quickly follow up the ladder within the other countries as well.
I love that. Dion, to people watching back at home, and I need you to speak to them, all right? Words of encouragement, inspiration to that young male and female plumber that are still thinking of, is this a career choice? Should I do this? Should I not? I've only got standard 7. What do you want to leave them with?
Well, for all the people out there that wants to start a career in plumbing, don't give up. And please learn as much as you can. It's not what you know, it's what other people know, and learn from the other people. And there's where you're going to make a success, and don't give up.
Don't give up. That's a very important one. Never give up. Perseverance is such a critical thing. Irrespective of what industry or career path you're in, don't give up. For us, Dion, it's such an honor to have you in studio. I get excited when I speak to influential people and people who are doing great because I always have this line, and I'm going to give it to you. People never get their flowers while they can still smell them. So from us, Plumbing 101, we're giving you your roses, your lilies, whatever flowers you like. But we're saying thank you for your contribution towards our industry. It's people like you that give us hope and that shows that this industry will forever be there. So thank you so much, and a big shout out to Rapid Plumbing.
Thank you.
And to all our viewers back at home, all right, let's just remind you, all right, he's Mr. Dion now, 2019 Plumber of the Year, recognized by IOPSA, a member of the PIRP. I met him at the meet and greet that we just had. I remember seeing him as soon as I walked into the PIRP. I saw this big picture of important people. And when you came there, I was like, that's that man. All right, so fantastic contribution. And to everyone that's watching, you're an inspiration.
Thank you very much.
Keep it up. Don't ever look down. Keep going. Because when you do look down, everyone else is also looking down.
Definitely.
All right. Plenty to still look forward to, but we definitely will touch on it after the break. Before we go on to the break, remember, today's theme is all about winning. Success factor, surrounding yourself with greatness. We'll be right back.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Tema Dumpe, and I'm looking forward to register myself and confirm myself in the public industry. I've been doing plumbing for about 2 years, and I'm doing it private. So I'm here to explore myself and to get more needs and support for doing plumbing. Because I'm really good in plumbing, and I do plumbing for only 2 years, and I've been doing it alone. So I'm looking forward to get myself registered and confirm at the plumbing industry, because I'm really willing to do plumbing all my life. I've been doing it, and I'm good. That's me.
Welcome to Plumbing 101 News. On the 9th of April, President Cyril Ramaphosa addressed the residents of the Mangaung Metropolitan Municipality to assure them of relief from the Metro's dire financial position. This follows the failure of the Free State Provincial Executive to implement a financial recovery plan. The Metro has been placed under the national government's control of Section 139, Subsection 7 of the Constitution. Minister of Water and Sanitation, Senzo Mchunu, also announced his department's plan for taking control of some of Free State's municipalities. He promised that the department would work on the construction of new pipelines worth around 500 million, aimed at supplying residents with water and addressing sewage spillage. Ultimately, this intervention is directed at helping the Metro improve its finances and deliver on its mandate. The plan is to have sound governance and a better life for residents, the business community, and respective stakeholders. That's it from me, Naomi Bango. Stay warm and stay safe.
Being part of an industry professional body is a personal decision.
To those who take pride in their trade, it stretches far beyond having a status of being licensed to issue certificates of compliance.
To them, the consumer matters.
As part of the plumbing industry, you help to bring the most valuable commodity to civilization. Water is life.
Be sure to continue to reap the benefits of being a proudly PIRB registered plumber by continually renewing your registration. Welcome back. Once again, you're still tuned into Plumbing 101. I have to say this, a huge congratulations to our first ever leaderboard winner. And of course, if you're a plumber, you can also become a winner. Just continue submitting your CPD points, continuous professional development. But also, just to summarize our conversation, we want to recognize Dion now, a fantastic guest. 2019 Plumber of the Year, accredited by IOPSA, as well as a member of the PIRB. Remember, there are no limitations. This industry is here to grow. All you need to do is play your part. But until we do this again, I have to remind you, Nedzina Langa de Rendani Chimura, aka Randy, your number one MC. Don't forget to touch base with us on our socials, and please remember to subscribe. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Yes, man.